I didn't go to university or anything, I didn't study, but I have been studying the game, this music thing for like 10 years now. You know, I haven't had money or big budgets or anything, and I think that's been really great. It's just doing it grassroots. Find your tribe, go to jams, be open to work with people. Sometimes sessions don't work. It's not a direct route to getting to where you want to go, but just finding your tribe. And I feel like more so than ever now is surrounding yourself with people that you trust and that share the same vision, that you're in a safe place to be yourself and to evolve.
Hi guys, welcome to Introe Verse. Today we're joined by our dear friend, singer-songwriter Sophie Faye.
Welcome to the show, Sophie.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome.
Finally having you here feels good.
Finally.
Welcome.
Cozy vibes.
Exactly, the country home.
I know
with
what
the fireplace.
settings.
It's lovely.
Nice
So,
fire here too.
yeah, let's get straight in. You've been gigging non-stop probably since like the summer.
Yes. Since the spring, really, since like April,
Yeah, pretty much non-stop. And you've just announced your tour. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah,
Thanks.
we put them on sale yesterday, which is really exciting. We've got a lot of gigs all over the UK and a couple of dates in the EU, which has been really fun to like spread out.
Yeah.
It's been crazy, I guess, with the internet and Spotify and algorithms and stuff. You can really analyse where people are listening to you now. So, yeah.
It's amazing seeing like
speech.
you go like doing your shows over the summer and then you've actually grown the demand like, across the way.
Yeah, like Poland. Who would have thought? Like people in Poland. But yeah,
Fans out there now.
and we're doing Amsterdam. We went back out there earlier, about 2 months ago. We did Amsterdam and Eindhoven, which is really fun. Like Dutch fans are really cool.
Yeah, I used to live in
You have
Amsterdam.
been
Yeah,
traveling
same. Yeah, I used to live
quite a
out there, so going back and getting booked for gigs at venues that I used to party at is crazy. So I'm excited.
Cool.
Yeah, amazing. It's
gonna be a party.
Tell us a bit about the project and like the tour that you're going to be doing.
So we put together Freudian Slips. We released that a couple of weeks ago, which had a really good response. It's really fun. Got some radio plays on Radio 1 and Radio 2. It's really interesting because I think my music, the demographic of listeners is quite vast. It's not just young people, it's like people's parents. I mean, your mum even likes it.
Yeah, she loves a bit of Sophie Faye.
So yeah, you always see it. I see it more now at the shows. There's definitely a variety, but I'm really excited for Dopamine, which is produced by Romeo from Far. And Jay Warner helped me out with some BVs on that. And it's just a nice collaborative project again with some of my favourite producers. And I'm just excited to keep the ball rolling and keep dropping music. And
For sure.
we've got a lot up our sleeve. Following last year, really, I've only released, I've just started releasing at the tail end of the year. I've just did features and was writing for other people. So it's been a fun experience just in tour mode, and now I'm in writing mode. I think they're like two different sports. Settings.
It is, like over time you've like got a pretty impressive like feature list. Do you know what I mean? And it's wicked seeing like grow into your own solo tour.
Yeah, I've obviously supported a lot of people. Even this year, I supported Ed, and I supported Children of Zeus, and supported Dappy, like supported random people.
Girls of the internet.
Girls of the internet, been doing a lot with Defected. I'm going to be playing Croatia with them next year in Defected Croatia. And just been really trying to, busy, diversifying though what it is that I enjoy in the music industry, because it's not just singing now. It's curating and writing and collaborating, and even A&R and my friends with different producers, and it's just been really fun.
And like mentoring.
Yeah, mentoring younger kids.
Yeah.
I've been doing a bit of that, which has been fun. Going back to, so like I used to live in Brighton in hostels, and like basically for children aged 16 to 25, either out of juvie prison or foster care or just generally in the system, and there wasn't really a lot of services for me there that led me to music. But now to go back and give back and just tell them, or at least share my journey, so it could potentially inspire them to just like focus on something and find their purpose. It's been really wholesome. As like,
you sent me a photo and it was like you in a room full of just like smiling teenagers.
It was cute. And we set them some challenges, some writing exercises, and it makes me realise as well, even though I didn't go to university or anything, I didn't study, but I have been studying the game, this music thing for like 10 years now, and I realise actually there might be some things that I can offer people that my experience has garnered that I can share and like see it inspire these younger girls. I'm doing some follow-up stuff, and I don't know, it's really nice to help. The music industry as well is 3% women or something really awful, I think, or on the production side or on the back end.
Right.
So they're doing a lot, and I think more needs to be done, not just for women, but generally to help people get a leg up in the industry.
Did you ever have anyone like that kind of helps you out, or was a sort of mentoring figure in your life?
So I had a lot of special people in my life that really, really helped me. I definitely think when I was growing up in Brighton and I saw the likes of like Ellie Ingram, Rag and Bone Man, Celeste all getting deals.
Yeah.
And we all used to know each other from like Brighton scene parties, house parties and whatever else. So seeing my friends or people I knew do well made it seem more reachable, I think.
Right.
And Ellie, I think, gave me some time in the studio when she had some at the Doghouse, and Aston Rudy, I definitely nurtured me as a producer and brought me out my shell, because I think you need it at those early stages when you're not sure of who you are as an artist. You need people to, I mean, you've seen it as well within our community of Llanfana, our old house that we used to live at. If anyone didn't know, it was a big house full of a lot of musicians, me and 4 boys. And then Hannah came and joined us a little bit later and balanced out the house.
I think we also kind of met each other during COVID. I think a lot of us like during COVID period too.
Yeah.
So,
You moved in, I moved in August, you moved in September. And it was just a really beautiful space to be a musician or to be a creative. We would always, I miss it, us bouncing ideas
you
off
guys
each
were
other.
throwing so many cool parties.
The dinner parties, that was amazing. I love
That was
hosting
awesome.
and seeing all our friends
Just doing their thing.
doing their thing, and also not in a contrived or forceful way, but when the music comes out in organic form, how beautiful that was. All around the table after dinner, I'd be like, come on then, who's going to get the guitar?
But look at you now. I feel like since COVID, because we had those sort of moments together, just seeing you now traveling places, working with all those people outside of the comfortability of that space as well, like.
It was a safety net.
The growth is so fast, so quick. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're all really proud of you.
Oh, thank you. The progress has been crazy, but it was important that I think I had the safe space of that for 3 years. I mean, I moved around so much, never really had much of a home figure. So that for COVID and all in the scary times felt like a community that we could rely on. And I don't know, the music that came out of that place is insane. Our friends, Nectar, Kojo, like all the parties, Jordan Mackay and Nick Hakim and all of these crazy artists that were just passing through our house, you know, we feel blessed for those times.
And it's like just being around a group of like shared perspectives is such a like good thing, whether or not it's like any physical mentoring or kind of like physically putting each other on, but it's more like just being around people that share that kind of mentality and are on their own momentum.
You guys have shared goals and you guys are reaching it together.
But for me, it was a support. It was a support when we would all have different shows going on, or you'd be directing a music video, would all just back each other, and just to know that we had that support network was really important to then grow and come back to after all the madness of like being on tour or running around like a crazy man, like doing all the radio runs and stuff, to know that I could come home, have a little 5-minute chat with you, or be like, here's some artwork, which ones do you think works best, you know, bouncing ideas off each other is so fundamental to making decisions. For me anyway, especially when I was managing myself, I think was really important.
I have to say, like, even before having you here today, I think what really inspired me to also do this to begin with, because you guys are all really inspiring to me too. You guys are working towards your goals, and I feel like, look, here we are today, just talking to each other too.
I know.
I love that. Like, thank you so much, guys. Yeah.
Putting words into action, I think, as well. We've done that this year. We've decided what we wanted to do, set our goals, and we're really achieving them, and it does feel good, you know?
Feels good, for sure.
Yeah.
With like, I don't know, people who are just being introduced to you and your sound and your music, like, where would you kind of say your early influences were from? What is music that has always kind of resonated with you that maybe...
Yeah, So I'd say I'm a big mix. I have quite an eclectic music taste, but I started singing on hip hop. So I started on really like Jay Dilla style beats where I'd be singing the hook, and obviously I did some features with Flatbush and Eric and those guys in America. But really, I've always loved like old Motown, old blues, R&B, neo soul, Erica, Jill Scott, all of those kind of really old school soul. And then Jasmine Sullivan's a big influence of mine. I've loved her for years. I'm sure you know. After living with me, I don't see
Always
Yes, my warm ups in the bar. But I definitely feel like there's lots of different types of music that inspire me, even dance music.
You've been doing some dance tracks over the
That
summer.
track was really good.
Yeah, and I'm loving it because it's like soul music
Yeah.
really can lay nicely on anything, and it's been really fun exploring with. I like upbeat music. I don't just want to write sad music all the time, and I have gone through a bit of a, COVID and all the struggle of that. Naturally, I think it was going to be quite emotive music, but now I'm. After temperature high, I'm like, I want to do some buster, some fun girl shit.
Yeah. Moment of escape, innit?
Yeah.
And some upbeat stuff because I'm not just a sad girl, and I don't want my fans when I'm performing all the songs to then have to tour a load of sad songs when I'm not sad anymore,
Yeah.
It's a good mix. Good time as well.
Yeah. She's a good time girl.
She's a good time girl. What would you say, since we're coming to the end of the year, what has been your biggest highlight?
Oh, that's hard, that is. LA was really fun this year. Going to Joshua Tree, that was fab.
Special.
There's been some, like the festival runs, the Nile Rodgers in a castle, that was really fun.
That's pretty big.
That was just a crazy venue. I'm doing Coco Big Room, which I've always wanted to do on the 3rd, which I'm really excited about because obviously growing up and being in North London, that was the venue. I went to my first hip hop gig there when I was like 15, sort of dead presser. And I don't know, it's got a real deep place in my heart. I'm a member upstairs, and I remember walking around when I was putting on the events on in the little private members bit. And we were like, next year I'm going to play the Big Room. And I just got a booking about 3 weeks ago. I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Because it's a bucket list. But really, there's been a lot of beautiful moments this year. I think doing a lot of the touring abroad has been an experience because I've never really done that. I sung in Ibiza at Pikes, did France, and just being about. She's been about
town.
But it's been a beautiful year, and I think it's really cemented for me like why I'm doing this, my trajectory, what my 5-year plan is, and that it's got legs, and that I don't need to worry or fret anymore.
I always think that like your story is like such a sort of inspiration piece to anyone who's kind of in a position where they're like, I don't have musical connections. I don't really I'm not musically trained. I haven't gone to a kind of like Brit school or something.
Conservatoire.
Yeah. But you've just kind of like through kind of like
She's
determination and hustling. Yeah, man. You're a hustler.
And networks. Like that's one thing as well. Is I didn't go to. I was a hairdresser. Like I've been a gardener, a barmaid, like all these random jobs. But I've always known how to talk to people of from all walks of life, and I think that has carried me through. Is that a lot of my beginnings? So Aston, I didn't really meet through music. I met him through just being friends. Z, same way. Like my old managers. B even was a fan. Like it's just not a direct route to getting to where you want to go, but just finding your tribe. And I feel like more so than ever now is surrounding yourself with people that you trust and that share the same vision, that you're in a safe place to be yourself and to evolve as well, not to stay stagnant or with your, when you're in your hometown, people have known you for so many years. If you started to divert from who they think you are, people think you're changing too much, but traveling around and just being able to express myself is such a blessing. Like I feel really lucky that I don't have to garden anymore. Or, do you know what I mean? I was digging, imagine at the beginning of COVID when I thought music was done, you saw me leave the house at 6 a.m, my dungas. Just
with a shovel.
It's not
a shovel, it's a spade.
It's a spade. Well, I bought my granddad one actually because I love him so much. I was like, Granddad, you need to get on these golden spades.
So cute.
But now I feel really like that definitely makes me more grateful for the life that I live now. When it's busy or when it's stressful, I remind myself of how desperately I wanted to be back in this moment. And so I just want to keep grafting, hustling, and see where it goes, because I feel like next year could be big, and 2025 I really want to make an album next year.
Nice. Can't wait for that.
Yeah.
So who would you be keen, like, would it all be Sophie Faith?
No.
Would you want any collabs?
I want some
Who
collabs.
do you want to collab with? Any producers or any artists that you
Ooh, that's
dream of
exciting.
working with?
Yeah, so the next one that I've got coming, I don't know if you know Kwaku Asante, really amazing singer. But there's a lot of British boys, I think, that are also overlooked, that are absolutely, well, they're bubbling, everyone's doing their thing, but I feel like in America, it's such a small pond in the UK, but there's such a lot of talent. I feel like there's too much for
There's a
one
ceiling
place.
here in the kind of R&B space.
You can only really take it so far. But I would love to do some more collabs like that. Jay Warner I've been working with, who's amazing, I think is really fab. There's a lot of females in the UK that I think are amazing, like even Tamira and Annie I've been working with. We never released anything, but I just rate female rappers a lot. I think I don't want to be boxed into just doing the same old stuff. So I'm just about to go on a little writing retreat actually with Silhouettes as well, which is lots of really cool artists there. So I'm just going to see, but I want to, I mean, this year I've been managing myself, so I've always kept like the circles of producers and people I work with. We're selected so like ample, talented people. So now I feel like I want to branch out a little bit. Maybe not our circle, maybe like random people that we don't know, and see how that goes. Because that's a challenge as well in itself. You get a bit too comfortable making music with people you know.
What was it like collabing with Stormzy?
Oh, that was crazy. That was probably a highlight of like last year tailing in. That we got to drop that, because that happened about 2.5 years prior to us releasing it. So I'd been sat on this song that he had half written that he gave me, just based on like an Instagram cover that I did for him, and he loved it, reposted it, attributed to most of my followers actually probably now, and really helped me out, gave me a leg up. And we made this song, and I didn't even want to tell anyone because I was just worried it wouldn't happen. You know what these things are like.
Actually out in the world.
You can almost jinx yourself when you tell too many people, like, oh, I've got a song with Storms, you've got something. Imagine I'm like such a dickhead out. But it was really special. It's a beautiful gospel song. And then a few days later, we did Village Underground, which was just hearing everyone sing it back. It was just outrageous. So it was a full circle moment, and I'm really grateful to him. He's still been supporting. When we dropped it, he gave it a lot of love. It now reads, you know, it's bollocks.
But I feel like what you're really good at is like actually harboring the community physically, like actually having people like you said, like having dinners, having like a little release party, even if it's a small thing. But like I feel like whenever you actually have the physical touch with like people, and it's not just your like phone, you know, like community online, I feel like that is the best way to actually have sustainable growth, especially in singing. And
that's
music.
how I've done it. You know, I haven't had money or big budgets or anything, and I think that's been really great. Is just doing it grassroots, having a lot of friends that are in the industry as well that want to contribute or you know, be involved, and it be in such a natural format. People can't deny you.
Strong foundation compared to if you're just like, right, I just want to get signed. Then then they have control over you and can kind of drop you. But if you have your own momentum, you can just kind of maintain that.
Well, that's what happened. I was signed. I was signed. What was it, about 5 or 6 years ago now? And I was so excited to be seen and for the feeling of someone wanting me post Love Island, that I was accepted almost. But they didn't want me, they wanted me to do covers. They really wanted to sculpt me in the way that they wanted me, and that just didn't sit right for me. So after I left, I really wanted to make my own home. And then that's when I started Honey and Lemon and started independently releasing, to then which we started getting the stuff licensed by. We got the other team from TLD and Luke on board, And that's just been fantastic having other people to, like I said, bounce ideas off of, to be pushing on radio and plugging. And I have chronic ADHD, so there are some things I'm really good at, i.e. hosting parties. Emails, not so much. So it's nice to have other people just checking in on keeping the machine moving, you know?
You've also been quite like a sort of mental health advocate in terms of like, you've been quite open about your own struggles and the things that you've been through. And I think that's also quite like, you know what I mean? It's a part of your identity, but it's a positive.
Yeah, 100%. The music has been so cathartic in, you know, I have struggled with mental health in the past. I think my music really speaks for itself in a sense of, I have got bipolar and I have had ADHD since I was 11, and music helps me manage those things. And whether I'm in a space where I can help other people or be emotional, and what's moving to me is when I go to gigs and people come to me after. I mean, it's making me feel emotional now, but it's when they come to me and they tell me their story of how then my music has healed them. So through the space of like me just expressing sadness and getting it off my chest and moving on from it, other people have said, oh, I had a breakup with a boyfriend, you got me through that breakup. And it's just like, how wild that little song that I wrote in my room can be like so moving, or a song that I wrote about my relationship with my mum that someone completely takes in a different perspective of how they deep it as a person. And I just think how fantastic that I have a career where I can do that, and it's therapy.
I'm always crying at your shows. I'm always like,
I know, I would see you.
I'm always just belting out tunes.
Baritone duo. So funny, but it is all emotional. And I think any feelings I ever had of not being worthy, when I'm in that character, it seems to fade. I guess like Sasha Fierce, you know how Beyonce says or whatever. It definitely feels that way. And then it's two different people to me. I feel like you know both Sophs as well. So me at home, the homely, just in my trackies, making food for everyone, mum at Soph vibe, that is me. But also this is such a massive part of me too, and I feel blessed I can do both. So
for sure.
Double-edged coin.
Love it. Oh, well, fab. I feel like that was a perfect rounding up spot.
Thank you,
I feel that was really nice
guys.
to have you today. I definitely want to catch up with you again sometime next year.
Don't worry.
After all this,
Thank you for having me and having me chat with you guys.
Stories as well.
Yeah, good luck with your tour.
Good luck.
We're definitely
You're
come
coming,
and see.
Obviously.
Berlin.
We're going to Berlin. We're going to Amsterdam. We're going to Poland.
Amsterdam, one of them. You got to come. It's been an absolute
Really.
pleasure, and thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you guys.